speech. Honorable Shri K.R. Suresh Reddy ji.
Thank you, sir. At the outset, I appreciate the initiative taken by the Leader of the House and very highly supported by the Leader of the Opposition and all the floor leaders for bringing in this discussion. And I take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Chairman for allowing a discussion on this, sir. And I, on my behalf, it's an honor for me to rise today to commemorate the celebration of our nationhood and the nationalistic spirit that unites the diverse cultures, languages, and religions that form the soul of our country. Vande Mataram is a song that has been instrumental to shaping the revolutionary spirit of our freedom struggle. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, in the verses of Vande Mataram, envisioned the spirit of a sovereign and independent motherland that was both fierce and nurturing. This song, however, first became a revolutionary hymn during the protest resisting the partition of Bengal in 1905. The British banned the song, but this further ignited the spirit of emancipation. This visionary hymn that lives on even today in our hearts and minds serves as a reminder of the sacrifices and patriotic spirit that built our republic and granted us the freedom that we now enjoy. Sir, the British government recognized the power of Vande Mataram to unite, ignite, and bring together people across provinces to bring to life the vision of a unified free motherland. Afraid of the powers of this song, in 1938, its prohibition sparked the Vande Mataram movement in Hyderabad, Karnataka region. Usmania University and also students from across the state. Usmania University, and which happens to be my alma mater, they all united to sing Vande Mataram as a form of protest to the British ban on the song and the commitment to a free India that it represented. The officials refused to let the students leave the hostel buildings where they were protesting or attend their classes, only releasing them upon signing a declaration marking their presence. Among the students, sir, there was this young man, P.V. Narasimha Rao, who later on became the Prime Minister of our country. And there were other similar leaders, young leaders, filled with enthusiasm, fighting for the freedom. And to quote a few from the university at that point of time included Mr. Agrivachari Garu, Arutla Ramchandra Reddy Garu, Devulapalli Venkateshwar Rao Garu, and of course many, many others who participated and who were expelled at that point of time. These protests, sparked by the spirit of Vande Mataram, were an assertion of the youths committed to a free India, were an assertion of a cultural and democratic identity. Sir, while I salute all the leaders who contributed to our struggle, but being a Council of States, I would like to point out more of the Telugu leaders who contributed to the struggle of India's independence. And in this regard, another great contribution to our freedom struggle arose in the form of the Indian national flag, a visionary symbol of a sovereign Indian motherland free from the control of the empire. What has now evolved into the tricolour we all salute to was first designed by Pingali Venkaiah Garu, who was just 19 while serving British Indian Army, realized that Indian soldiers saluted a flag that did not represent them. This movement planted the seed of revolution. Pingali Venkaiah ji realized the need for a symbol of the independence they were fighting to achieve. He resolved to design a flag that would unite the people of a land divided into over 500 plus princely states, vast linguistic regions, caste hierarchies, and religious differences. His tricolour, which was adopted by the Constituent Assembly, became the symbol of an India that refused to be broken. One flag, one union, and one shared destiny. I would also like to use this opportunity to celebrate the contribution of the Telugu people to the fight for India's independence. From the hands that designed our national flag to the hearts that marched and fought beneath it, Telugu contributions shaped the soul of India's freedom struggle. When we see the contributions, the name of Alluri Sitarama Raju, the Maniam Veerudu, as they used to call him, hero of the forest, led the Rampa rebellion of the 1920s, where the tribal communities were stripped of their forests, their land, and their dignity by the Madras Forest Act. The British wanted timber for their ships, for their railways, while our tribal families wanted only to live, farm, and breathe freely on the land that belonged to them. The Forest Act, however, banned them from living in the forest, using the natural resources that they worshipped and practicing the shifting cultivation that sustained their lives. Alluri Sitarama Raju led them in an extraordinary guerrilla struggle. His rebellion shook the foundations of colonial rule and reminded India that freedom must belong to the poorest, not just the powerful. Komram Bhim, the Gond revolutionary of Telangana, coined the call of Jal, Jangal, Zameen, a slogan that resonates even today, forming the spirit of Adivasi movements for justice across the country. Standing against oppressive forces, he became the voice of the tribal communities, long denied recognition and respect, and mobilized them to fight for their rights to Swarajya over forest. His struggle continues to inspire every tribal movement in our country. We must also honor the contribution of the forgotten women leaders. I would like to stand to commemorate the contribution of the fearless leaders like Mallu Swarajyam, the highly revered grassroots leader Chakali Ailamma, who fought against caste discrimination, and of course the Nightingale of India, Sarojini Naidu, who became the first Indian woman to be president of the Indian National Congress and the governor. These stories remind us of the spirit that brought to life the vision of an independent India. India did not emerge as a monolith. It emerged from the countless struggles, tribal, peasant, student, that brought the song of life, Vande Matram, itself symbolizes this federal spirit. Although born in Bengal, it was adopted by freedom fighters across the country. Sung in the forest of Rampa, shouted in the streets of Hyderabad, whispered in the prisons of Chennai, Aurangabad, and banned by the British because it united what they sought to divide. This probably is a classic example of the best viral song which went when there was no as the Home Minister rightly said, when communication was a big challenge, when there was no IT and WhatsApp those days, sir. As we have also should realize, as one freedom struggle leader, Captain Bau from Maharashtra, Satara, he said, we fought for two things, freedom and independence. We attained independence, but freedom is a fight and a responsibility that we continue to fight for every single day. As we honor Vande Mataram, let us honor its promise that freedom is not complete until every Indian is free from poverty, caste oppression, gender discrimination, and feudal violence. As representatives of a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, we must ensure that the ideals expressed in Vande Mataram, the protection of our land, the upliftment of our people, and the celebration of our federal unity guide our decisions in this House. May we honor that legacy not only in words but in governance that strengthens federalism, protects diversity, and ensures that the mother we hail as Mataram and is a mother to all her children equally, justly, and with dignity. We attained independence in 1947. It's been just 1 minute more, so just 1 minute. 7.5 decades has passed, and each decade of free India, we witnessed major movements. The struggle for freedom still continues. To quote a few, each decade at one, 1947 to 1957, we had this federal struggle, where people fought for creation of states. From 57 to 67, we had the formation of various states, again through struggle. 1967 to 1977, we had the All India strike, where the people were fighting, the labor were fighting, the workers were fighting for the rights. 77 to 87, the Gorkhaland movement, Khalistan movement, the great Mumbai textile strike. 87 to 97, the Babri Masjid demolition, the Kashmir militancy, and then 1997 to 2007, we have the creation of Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, and then came the Right to Information movement. 2007 to 2017, I'm concluding, the Telangana statehood movement, Jaya Jaya He Telangana, was what we got inspired from Vande Mataram. And the struggle of Telangana, which has really a very good example of how Vande Mataram inspired our struggle, how Vande Mataram inspired our leaders, and how Jaya Jaya He Telangana has become a state song. With this, sir, I thank you for the time.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Dr. V. Sivadathan ji.
Respected Chair,